curious of
us.
how desperate and how angry they are about having somebody have a different opinion of reality. And I come here
Right.
and I get attacked. I get the appealing to
Exactly.
humiliation.
If they
You
really
appeal to
believe
the
that you're
stone.
like mentally if you have a
Why would
mental
they waste
disorder
their
or
time,
something,
dude? Why would they waste their
pick on
time,
you?
right?
For
Why
you
shit on
specifically,
you?
Data, because
What
you're
kind
a
of a
con
person
man
would that
and you're
be?
trying to you're trying to gain
It sounds
Are
like
you
a
monetary
projection where
value
you're
in
are
the
you
false
trying?
claims that you're making.
Are
maybe
you
you're
That's what you're
trying,
doing.
sublimating.
dude? I'm
You might be
documenting people like
sublimating.
you. Do you understand? I'm documenting people like you fighting retards. You claim.
That's awesome. Good for you. But you're also trying
Yeah.
to make money off of the ignorance of retarded people. So you can take a hard look at me and say that I'm arguing with retards every day. That's fine. You're trying to make money off of retards. So let's have a more moralistic battle then,
No,
huh?
you get off by arguing with mentally challenged people.
I'm not making money off of it. So we can have this moralistic battle if you want.
Wait a second.
How?
So you're not making money off it? Then what are you doing here, dude? You're wasting your time, then, right?
No, I have free time. This is how I spend some of my free time.
You have free time fighting against mentally handicapped people, like you said. Well done.
And you're making money, or you're trying to make money off of the mentally deficient.
I'm going to make money off of people like
You're going
you,
to make money off of
fool.
mentally deficient. You're right.
You're
going to Yes, off of you, mentally deficient. Yes, off of you, people like you. I am Gem. You
Yeah, but he's
guys,
not buying the
Chikey,
book.
all of those people, dude.
Come on, what did I say?
Dude, I have
You-
like 3 books I'm going through, so give me a second, man. And I'm glad. Listen, I'm just bear with me, please.
I remember what I said.
Oh,
So when you say
I
you make money off us, you're including. When you say you're making money off us, you're including us in your book. Is that how you're doing it? Because we're not buying it.
Yeah, I'm not interested in whether you buy it, and in fact, reality,
No,
the fact that I can document it and it will be released to the public is all I care about. What happens?
So
to the
you're
sales,
you're still selling the book to the mentally deficient, but you're using us in it.
I'm selling the book because I'm dealing with the mentally deficient like you, fighting against flat Earths.
I'm not fighting it, mate. I'm here for the giggles. Now that's a different story. But what I'm getting
So
at is you're
again,
actually
I'm documenting.
using us to
I'm
sell your book.
documenting. Yeah, I'm documenting people like you that are here for the giggles too. You're not excluded.
Oh, good, good. So what's our cut?
I
Or
hope
you
you
just,
use my name and likeness because I'll just
just
but-
using us to
own
make
your
money.
book. Right.
You're just using us to make money off
So,
the poor people.
Again, at the end of the day, I'm here to
Without my
document grown
permission.
adults fighting
Remember when I
against flat
told
Earth.
you
That's what I'm.
You don't have my
Okay, stop
permission?
repeating yourself,
Again,
bro.
again, keep saying it, but don't address the question. All right.
I'm
Yeah,
here
I
for the
got you.
shits, not the giggles.
You should wear a diaper.
Was that Grim that responded to me? Because I have Grim's response written down here. Was that
Yes,
Grim talking to me? Grim, you
where?
said that light. You said light refracts up into the lens. Hold on.
Oh, that
let me
wasn't
just
me.
double-check this.
That wasn't me.
Are you sure? I have you written. I have you written.
No, I haven't said.
I have you
haven't said
written.
any-
I have you written
Well,
down.
you're
Grim,
writing.
as.
You're misquoting. You're misquoting me then. 'Cause
Oh,
I didn't
hold
say
on.
anything.
It says
I
here,
haven't- I
Grim,
haven't
light
been arguing
refracts up
against
into
you.
the lens. Light causes it to curve.
Today?
No, this is like last week I asked you. You can clarify later if you want.
Oh no, I remember you. You totally took all of the things and thought that they were all different answers when they were all
Okay.
part of the
You
same
can clarify.
thing. I remember when you did that.
If you want to clarify, you're more than welcome to. Because
I'm not even interested in. Well, what do you mean if
Okay.
I want to clarify it? Remember, I was never giving you permission to write anything about
I
me
don't.
or
I
use my
don't need your
likeness or
permission
name.
to write.
Oh,
I
you
don't
absolutely
need
do.
No, I don't.
Well,
Dude.
okay.
Nice try. You,
Well,
you
if
can
you-
try to
well,
sue
guess
me
what
if you want.
happened?
You can try.
If
you
you
won't
use my
win
likeness,
at
you
all.
do.
I can use your
You
name, dude. You don't
absolutely
own
do.
it. I can use Grim
Yeah,
if I
of
want.
course
No
I do.
problem. No, you don't.
No, it's copyrighted. You cannot.
Yeah.
No,
Then I'll
it's a
put I'll put Grimmy
I
then.
fucking
bud.
have a copyright on my name.
I'll put Grimmy then, bud, because everybody will understand.
It's my
I don't have-
real name, dude. You can't use
Yeah,
it.
I will use it. Trust me. Regardless
I'll
of
own
your
your
personal
book.
feelings. You
I'm
won't.
not
you
even
won't-
worried about it because you won't even
your
be writing a
name-
book. And you,
Yeah. Would you like a picture of it? Would you like to see the categories? Would you like? Because I already posted a Discord.
Hey, what name are you releasing this book under?
So I think I'm going to call it. It's meant to divide, and it will be
No,
called.
no, not the name. Not the name
the
of
pseudonym.
the book.
My pseudonym.
No, not the name of the book. What name are you
My
releasing it
pseudonym?
under?
yeah, I'll
My
own all
pseudonym?
$12 that you make off of that.
My
book.
pseudonym is Flat Earth Data. That's what it'll be under.
Can't even put your real name and stand by the work that you bring out and the money that you make off of it. Fantastic.
So at the end of the day, it's called pseudonyms.
That's what
for
I
a
mean
reason.
by here for the giggles.
My
I'm
lawyer's
dealing
in
with
your face, dude.
psychopaths.
You have no idea
I'm
what you're
literally,
talking about.
I'm literally dealing with psychopaths. So you know.
Good on you.
Don't forget about the sociopaths.
Like Grim telling me he's going to own my book because I use his name, Grim. You're delusional, buddy.
Seems like I already own your book.
Well, Grim's assuming it's going to sell and make
think
money.
You own it.
Yeah, that's what. I said all $12 that he's gonna make. It'll be mine.
Again, I'm not doing it. I'm spending my own money. I'm not asking for any money. I'm not raising money. I'm spending my own money to put it out there because I find it amazingly awesome. There's grown adults fighting.
You're laundering money through your book. What are you doing? Buying your own copies?
So I'm going to be not raising any money, not asking for handouts. I'm going to be publishing the book myself. When it's all done and it'll be for historical purposes. So 20 years down the road, you can read all the shit that went down.
Or read all the categorized things that you're saying about.
No, I'm gonna remain true. Even when I have the section called the occult flat earther, which you can read about, you'll actually read about that as well, and all the.
Hey, what will the recommended retail price be, mate?
I don't know. $30 seems reasonable because every time I get it priced out,
is that US dollars?
I'll make about $6
is that
a
US
book,
dollars?
so it's really not profitable.
It's
most likely Canadian, bro.
Canadian dollars, all right. And is it going to be a paperback or
it's looking about 350 pages so far. I'm trying to kind of keep it tiny because.
Or hard case.
Yeah, like a pocketbook. No, like a pocketbook, man. Like just like the old. You look at those Penguin Classic books. I love those books.
Yeah,
man.
right. So how many blank pages will there be for making notes?
Well, I'll make one for you. Put your name on it for comments if you like.
Or can you do 5?
Well, I think you could only
put 5 blank pages in for me, and can you have them lined? Can you put lines on them?
I think you can only do one really with your.
Yeah.
Hey, Data, how many languages is it going to be in? Can I just ask a question to Data? Hey, Data, how many languages is your app going to be in? How many languages is your book going to be in, Data? Just one question, mate.
Can you give me a special copy, dude, on zigzag papers?
How many languages there? Are you going to do it in
For you, Grim.
Are you going to have foreign languages there, Data? You're going to do it in French as well?
Spurs, I was taking this guy seriously. What are you doing mocking me?
Hey, Data, you're going to have it in Japanese as well?
Here he goes. Good on ya, Cobber.
Good on ya.
Hey, Data, I just want to ask you a question.
Give us your fucking lighter.
You fucking whacker.
Tell me more, brother. Tell me more. It's gold. It's comedy gold going on here.
Well, to be fair, I probably will buy the book, but on my way up to the Space Hotel. That's where I'll read it from.
Even better. That's awesome, man. I love it. I love the attitude. Thanks.
From your Bigelow Space Hotel module.
Every time I turn the page, I'll just look out the window at the Earth.
I can't wait. You know, it'd be awesome if my book made it to the ISS. That would be priceless, man. I would love that.
Kind of makes your book worthless at that point, but do you?
Yeah.
Again, you guys don't really know what's in the book, right? Like I said, there's a section called the occult flat earther.
Money off of it.
I know
it's
at
not
least
about the money.
one line.
You know what? I figured if I'm going to start writing about things, I might as well be a historian and actually start out with the beginning of the whole argument between Pythagoras and Anaximenes, and then go how it made its way into the Kabbalah and how quantum physics and quantum mechanics turns into this wonderful storytelling, and then it all revolves back to the Talmud.
Hey, have you got an editor for it yet, mate? Because I know an editor.
You know what? I tried to price out an editor. The cheapest price I can get is $25 a page, and it's like $8,000 to edit my book. I don't think so.
I know a pretty good one. I'm married to her.
Yeah, I appreciate the. Let me finish it first, man. I still got another 6 months of this. 20.
Well, hit me up, dude, when you're ready.
Yeah, there's going to be a non-disclosure agreement if I get anybody to edit it, right?
Yeah, of course.
Y'all heard it.
I understand that.
6
It's
months.
all secure and kept under wraps. I get that. Intellectual property.
So listen, I'm trying to be. I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to be completely fair on everything that's here, because at the end of the day, it always comes down to two ontological primitives. You either come from creation or you come from nature. And at the end of the day, when I debate, certain types of belief systems, I'm trying to be truthful in what I document. That's why I ask you over and over again the same question so I don't make mistakes. I provide you calculations and formulas and basically all the stuff that you need to understand the position. But then again, I show also the look. I'm trying to be fair on both sides, right?
Like, I don't know
Data, I must go. Put the marker when you find it and tell me what you found.
Well, hold on. Did you want to? I can't find it for whatever reason because I have so many things written down.
Next time, put the marker there. And
well, you don't want to just you don't want to.
I know what I said. I remember.
I don't remember, Chikey. I'm sorry. I don't remember.
I'm not going to say it again.
Hold on. Well, don't go. Give me a second. I'm actually being distracted here. I'm not actually fully looking through because I'm trying to engage
for 2
with
hours.
I know, but I'm trying to engage with you guys too, and I'm flipping through pages. So just give me. You got 5 minutes to give me.
Just put the marker there. Tell me next time.
I'll try. Okay, Chikey. Good night to you, buddy.
Good night.
Can you just calm down in the PC, people? Don't need to make that.
Can everyone start acting like fucking adults, please?
Well, then I better leave, man, because I bring out the kid and everybody.
Later, bro.
Hey, man, it's been fun. I have no hard feelings to anybody here, even though the debates might get a little heat. I wish you guys well. All your family are well and safe. And
no, you
maybe you
don't.
guys. Okay.
I wish you well. I wish you well. You're fucking Johnnies and shit, yo.
Likewise, man. And like I said, in all.
You can't pretend to be good, man. You fucking suck.
Take it easy, mate. If it's easy, just take it.
Anyway, appreciate it. I really do want you guys to be well. No harm intended, no foul. Take care of you guys. I'll be around anyway.
To make money off mentally deficient people, right?
Christ.
Right.
So I'm recording you fighting against Flat Earth. So think about that.
Think about muting his ass.
We're not fighting against the flat Earth.
When is the book come out?
You know what? It's funny. I tried to aim for this this beginning of this year, but there's no way, man. There's just but it's gonna be 6 months from now.
Hold on, mate. Will it be in different languages?
It's pretty
Will it be in different
entertaining
languages? Dida. Will it be in different languages?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know how far it will go.
Work on that,
right? I don't.
Yeah, get it in different languages, mate.
You don't need to answer questions. They're not for.
I haven't thought about that far yet. I'm just trying to complete it first.
Right. Gotcha, mate.
Hey,
I would suggest.
Fucking good on ya.
But you guys will be surprised. You guys will be surprised if you read about occult flat earthers, because I think you guys will like that chapter.
Bro, write your book in Latin.
Oh, I think that would be.
And it can be transcribed into all the world's languages, like the Bible.
Yeah, I think that's a little extreme there, bro. It's just a book, right?
Kind of
Are you a cult member? Are you a cult member?
No, I'm not. I don't participate in any religious.
So basically, Data, you're highlighting the stupidity of the globe earthers, essentially.
I'm highlighting the stupidity of the whole process of engaging between belief systems, and how one side versus another side don't acknowledge that both are belief systems.
Oops, that was the book.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but there's more in there.
For free.
There's more in there. It's the history of Antarctica. There's
we don't want to know
I'll give you some titles. Here, I'll give you some titles.
Will you be covering what these?
I'll give you some titles.
Will you be covering what these belief systems are built on?
Here's a section you guys will like. Math Powerland versus Eric DeBay versus Alex Jones. There's a section.
Fuck that dude.
Here's another one.
Reverse psychology.
Here's another one. Heliocentric math trick and the natural observation. You can read about that one. Here's another one. Jesus Christ and the Globe Christian. You can read that one. Climate predictions. You can read that one. Hold on. How about this one? How about this? Flat Earth activism. You can read about that word. Here's another one. Confessions of a Globe Believer.
Just the title, Data.
You're absolutely fucking crazy.
These books sound shit, yo.
Dude, I'm documenting you guys, right? Flat earthers and
shit as fuck.
So what category will this be released under? Will it be comedy or science fiction comedy?
I don't think how stupid they will look
at the end of the day, you're going to have to look at it, right, and deduce what you get from it, because it's just about your guys' arguments, both sides.
You're going to have to look at it.
It sounds like
you hear
your
all the
book.
words he's saying, like somebody's going to actually.
I'll get my copy of Pirate Bay. How's that sound?
I can tell you this much: if you guys are all in it, you guys will have a glance at it, I'm sure. Whether you buy it or not.
Data.
Don't worry about
Hey,
it.
Data.
If my lawyer looks at it, you're probably fucked.
Hey, Data. You put a BioJewel in.
Pirate Bay.
Did you put BioJewel in?
Bay, mate. Mate, say Pirate Bay.
Hey, Data.
Go on, say it, Spurs.
Data.
Go on, mate.
Take a lighter.
Data, did you put a BioJewel in the book? He's going to do an experiment on a mass ejected mess.
For the
first time ever. Did you put BioJewel, his experiment in there?
You're misappropriating white
can't
culture.
hear you, man.
So BioJewel, he's going to do an experiment, first time ever, of mass ejected mess in a vacuum.
Culture.
Going to be the first time.
There's a section called about gravity. It's called pressure displacement, aka gravity.
Stop appropriating the.
Righto. Watch your mate.
Stop trying to act like an Australian.
I'm just
sounds
trying
like
to
a shit book to me. Sounds like he doesn't know where he's going with it.
Well, maybe it's not a book for you, bro, but you're definitely in it.
Well, you said that you're documenting it, and we could take something from it, but I think there's nothing because you're confused about what the book is even about.
I'm sure maybe right now it doesn't make sense, but maybe after 10 years when you've stopped debating, you might want to go back and read what everybody said, what the story was.
We know that you're a troll, so I know that a troll like you will never write a competent book.
Is this guy Witsit? This guy Witsit?
Kidding, mate.
What about Witsit? Yeah.
This will definitely go down in the annals of history.
This is not Witsit.
He sounds like
it's flat Earth data, dude. I'm not.
Witsit gets it.
I think I could probably write a book. I mean, I've been in this
You
movement
should.
4 or 5
I
years.
encourage you to write it. Whatever you do, start writing. You know the secret is write 1 page a day. Before the end of the year, you have a whole book.
Wow.
Deep wisdom.
What if it's a leap year?
The Globers have enough nonsense.
What if it's
Hold
a
on,
leap
Data.
year, you have a book, right?
365 pages.
Since you are.
What should
I don't know. I think
about?
I've written
need an
365 pages in
encyclopedia.
a couple of days.
So
I don't
Data,
think it's
how long
is it a
have you been writing
competition,
this
how to
book
write a
since? Where I'm just starting my own.
So 2016.
Can I get some timelines on how long it does normally take?
So 2016, I was writing a different thing, and then it kind of evolved into like there's a section in it that goes. What's the section?
So it's 2016. It's like 4 years now. So you should have 4 times 365 if you're writing 1 page a day. So you should have 3. That's like 740 and
1,504.
Yeah, 1,400 pages. That's one massive book.
I started writing about 2 years ago, I think. So I'm a very slow writer because you know what? It requires a lot of,
it's 700
requires
pages.
a lot of research, right? So when you research the origins of the argument, the ontological primitives between Anaximenes and Pythagoras, and then you research the Kabbalah, the Zohar, the heliocentric model, the Roman Catholic Church, you research all that stuff.
Yeah, sounds like you don't know what you're writing
about. Then you get into, I'm just writing history, bro. It's a history book that I'm putting together.
Okay, so I have now different conceptions. So you're right. Earlier you said that you got interested on how, kind of there's a culture war going on, and how people get angry about different ideas, and there are these two camps that fight. So it's sounded more like you're going into how people are unaccepting of different ideas, but now it's a history book. It's not that book. So it sounds
So
like
it's documenting.
you've been
you're
writing
having,
for
you're
2
having a
years
hard
and you
time.
still don't know what the book is
ask them a
about.
question. Like in history, if you were to write history about 2020,
2016, really.
No,
Well,
I'm
put it
just
this way:
saying.
online with DLive, with Rumble, with all these platforms. Maybe you're already aware, but it's pretty, like, the degenerate stuff that's going on is pretty gross, man. So if you look at all these online platforms and discussions that are happening, you might think that it's freedom of thought, freedom of religion, and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, it's not based in anything good. This freedom idea that all these platforms, it just allows the human being to be even a grosser person, right? I'm guilty of expressing things on here as well in an aggressive manner towards the human being. We all are, but it encourages it. And 2020 and 2021 is all about encouraging the divide. So that's why I think I'm going to call the book "It's Meant to Divide," right? So everything, whether it's our history that we think's a lie, whether it's our belief system that, because flat Earth came along and it's basically trying to teach everybody that everything's a lie, but that's not true. The point is there's a lot of really interesting things that are happening right now on a psychological level that our government's doing.
Data.
That even these
Data. Are flat earthers in the book?
What? Don't interrupt.
Yeah, there's a section called "The Occult Flat Earther." Yeah, you'll like that section, I'm sure.
Oh,
I'm just kidding there.
So occult would be the spiritual evil side when you say.
So the Babylonian
side,
days,
dude.
right?
Cult just
the
means secret.
Yeah, do you know the Babylonian times, right? Multiple gods.
And they used to sacrifice to Baal. Of course.
Yeah, so the whole flat Earth and the whole globe thing is not new at all, right? You understand that. And in fact, you have sages thousands of years ago.
What?
You have sages thousands of years ago discussing. You have sages thousands of years ago talking about people living upside down, right? And just magically they're living upside down. Okay.
Well, they said that the sun went into the earth. So they've said all kinds of things, right?
Well, I haven't gone down to I haven't done the section. Okay, so I am limited. I can't do everything, guys. So it's not like going to be everything under the sun. Obviously not. I don't discuss Admiral J. Byrd's nonsense center Earth. I don't discuss Planet X. I don't discuss aliens.
You don't discuss all the real shit.
Hold on. I don't discuss lizard people. I don't discuss lizard people.
Oh, yeah.
What I do is I
What about Mandela effect?
Even though
what I do is I present.
Trying to be a truther.
No, because there's none of that shit. None of that shit's true, dude. There's no such thing as gray aliens and all that shit.
Are you sure?
My research.
What about demons? Flat Earth data. What are demons?
So what I do write about is the influence of the demonic nature within inside man, and how man manifests his anger and evil in a demonic nature. So that's what I write about.
Okay. Sounds exciting. Will they make a movie?
Truth be told,
Data.
Yeah.
Will they make a movie on your book?
Goodness me, let me finish it first, bro, but I doubt it. That's very hopeful thinking, man.
When do you think it'll be finished, and can I get it on Amazon?
I don't know,
6 months
take a
maybe? Movement on your book.
6 months.
Sorry.
Would you like a photo of me for your cover?
Play on words.
Would you like what? What?
Would you like a photo of me for your cover?
No, you should use my.
You know what's funny? Funny thing is, I was gonna take a picture of a guy holding balls right over his crotch, and kind of like draw people in for.
That's not crass or anything.
I think you should get Queen to write the floor. Get Queen to write the forward.
Or I was gonna have a picture of a.
Then you got to say, Data, I need your attention.
The book says it's meant to divide, right? Just the whole point is at the end of the day is take the piss out of stuff is the idea here, right? So when you take the piss out of things, people can look at it a little bit more, a little lighter. But the reality is
the way I take the piss out of you. Yeah, I'd agree.
Sure, yeah, you can think that if you like. You know what? I'm going to try to find.
You're not talking to Bob now. Has Bob left? You should get
I'm
Bob's
try
number. Flat Earth Data.
Should,
is Bob going to be in the book?
He is. He's written down as saying, "Go fuck yourself." That's what he's written down as. That's what he has down here.
Wow.
I said, Bob the Science Guy. He said, "Go fuck yourself." He didn't like being asked what causes the parent junction of the sky and ground. So that's what I have. And
I think
that's it.
everybody should tell him to go fuck himself so he can quote that everyone in the room told him to go fuck himself.
Too bad, too late. I think what it is that I'm gearing up to get it released, and now that I've let people know that it's coming, I'll get probably a little bit different responses, right?
So what are you gonna do? Data. Hold on, let me ask a question here. I've got a question. I've got a question.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, please do.
Data. I've got a question.
Yes.
So,
yes.
like I said, I mentioned BioDual earlier on, and he's conducting an experiment. What if he returns with an experiment that shows gravity is a force? What then?
Yeah, but
well,
he's here to
then
talk
I'd have to say that the unified field theory would be probably complete at this point, right?
That's why I say you got to put him in the book. He's going to be famous.
It wouldn't be.
He's going to be a famous globe earth.
There's no way to complete the unified field theory.
Data.
Right? So it's all
Data. You know, Soundly is like well known. So BioDual.
Yeah.
He's going to do.
So Soundly.
No, not Soundly. Not Soundly.
Oh.
BioDual is going to be the first person ever to show mass attracted mass in a vacuum. Now, when he comes back with the science, what are you going to do?
So is he using spectrum light to do it? What's he doing?
He's doing all the things necessary to prove that mass attracts mass.
Is he using blue light?
He's doing all the things necessary for the data to prove. Data, try to listen. So right now, nobody has seen mass attracting mass in a vacuum anywhere. Even the ballers haven't seen it. Yes?
So again, you're wrong. Faraday did the experiment years ago in a vacuum.
Let's have a look.
I'll give you the book. Yeah, so it's in volume 1.
No. I'm not talking about writing data. I'm talking about the observation. Wow. The observation. Seeing.
Yes. So Faraday did the observation in a vacuum.
Right, let's have a look.
Torsion bar.
Let's have a look.
It's in his volume. It's on my desk here. It's in
No. The ballers have looked high and low for vacuum Cavendish. They can't find it. What makes you think you can provide me now in the next 5 minutes Cavendish in a vacuum?
So again, I have Faraday doing a torsion bar experiment.
I know.
Gold.
I know. That's what the talk is about. The talk is about people have done it. We know this.
Data.
So listen,
you're not understanding
Coulomb did it 10 years before.
I know. Everybody said they've done it. Data.
Right.
Whoa! I'm trying to talk to Data, Bio. Hold on a second. Now, Data.
I have to step in on chemo.
Data.
Pretty pictures in the form of a
video. Data.
Rather than scientific.
BioDual, why are you over talking me?
I'm not over talking you.
Right. So I'm asking you a question, Bio. Data. So every baller. Everyone has said it's been done. Everybody from, the cat to the mother-in-law. Everyone said they've seen it, they've done it, they've written about it. But nobody on Earth, with their own eyes, has seen mass attracting mass in a vacuum. Now, you say it's been done 10 years ago.
No,
let's
have
a
all.
look.
It's been attempted. Nobody
Let's have a look.
Attracting mass.
Data, I'm asking you to show me the observation of mass attracting mass.
I don't need to try to prove your model, brother. Try again.
So you don't have it. You don't have the observation.
So there's no such thing as mass attracting mass. None of it.
Right, Data. This is the point. So BioDual right now is in the middle of conducting an experiment to show.
If he can, the only way he'll be able to prove.
So BioDual is conducting an experiment right now, as we speak, to show mass attracted mass in a vacuum. So I'm saying to you, once he returns with the results proving mass attracts mass, what are you going to do with your book? You know, include him?
Or just keep him out, marginalize it, and ignore the results.
Has he gone? Sorry for being so aggressive, Data, but everybody is saying that they've seen Cavendish in a vacuum. Now, I'm the first person to recognize and realize that this has never been observed by anyone, ever, anywhere. Now, if you can produce for me Cavendish in a vacuum, then obviously you go forward. But obviously he's run away because this is how strong my point is.
I don't hear him threatening to quote you in the book.
I wasn't trying to embarrass my own flat earth team, but it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what you say. You say mass attracts mass in a vacuum, we need to see it. Okay? Now, obviously, BioDuel will be the first person to show this, and hopefully you'll be in the book. But he's God now, so
No, that's not the case at all. You require pretty pictures because your mind can't comprehend big words in a scientific paper. That's the issue here.
Well, he said it's been done. I had to hold the toes because we know, everyone here knows. At least we all know here that no one's ever seen science. Hopefully, BioDuel, you're doing it right now. You've tested it. You've already shown that it works. Wonderful, great. Be able to put egg in my face. Wonderful, great. Had to show this force of mass attracting mass. Wonderful, great. Even from there.
Yeah, just keep the yolks, right? Egg whites only, please.
Yeah, I mean, we had to put that straight. There is a
Well,
myth.
I like your points there, Chemo, today on that one. Like, there.
Yeah, I mean, we got to clear up the
a lot
myths.
of posturing going on here, and until you've actually seen one, don't knock it till you tried it. We need to look.
I was interested in what Data was going to say about blue light.
Doesn't matter.
But Chemo has to bust a nut and talk all over him as soon as he provides any scientific experiment. I was actually interested in that.
He said it's been done.
Chemo, what do you think that he meant by the blue light?
I have no idea.
Right, because you're not interested in learning, so.
I'm interested in cause and effect. So whatever he's going to claim, the causes to the mass attracting mass, he's going to have to manipulate it and show that.
He was introducing a goalpost for you. That's essentially what it was, but I'm still interested in what he meant by it.
Well, he's gone now. You'll have to, when he comes back again.
Yeah, you ran someone off who was trying to provide
anyway.
What might have been legitimate data.
He said he was off anyway, which is why I got my question in quickly about you before he went. Make sure that you're in the book, good or for bad. You'll be the first person ever to show mass attracting mass vacuum.
No, so that's pretty false. But no, I'd rather not be in a con man's book for any reason.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it is excited. He must be getting close now. I keep thinking he must be testing it. He must be trying it out.
Chemo, what's the number one concern that I have for building it and testing it, performing the experiment? What's the number one concern that I have, do you think?
Oh, no.
No, just think about it. Critically think right now. What would be my number one concern?
Know. All I know is that you said it can be shown, and let's have a look.
No, but it's a specific question because I think a scientifically literate person would know what the number one concern would be.
No concerns. You get mass, another mass, you put it in a vacuum, they attract. No problem.
So you're saying that there should be no concern. What if I said the 14.7 psi pressure on every inch of the chamber pushing down into essentially 0 psi on the inside and the structural integrity of the chamber? Do you think that would be a cause for concern to make sure that it's proper?
Not for me, no.
Right, and this is one reason why you won't do the experiment, and the second reason why you would end up on the news for doing at-home science, because you don't give a fuck about the real dangers about things like that.
Dangers? What are you talking about? You said it's been done. Get it done. Repeat what you saw.
Right, it has been done.
Right,
but
so
there are many things that have been. There are many things that have been done that do pose dangers, and you have to ensure that you do it properly.
Oh my gosh, we're going to need a Haz suit on to watch mass attracted mass.
No, but you do understand pulling the vacuum within a chamber poses that danger, right?
You
do understand that basic principle.
If you're concerned of an explosion.
It's called a vacuum chamber for a reason.
Exactly.
Should have been built to withstand a vacuum.
Right, and if you don't properly prepare for it and you don't account for things like that, like structural integrity, then that's when things go wrong, right, Brian?
Are you talking about building a vacuum chamber? Or just
right.
Using a vacuum chamber?
No, building one, like an at-home do-it-yourself.
Because it's never been done before, Brian.
No, that's false, Kimo. But Brian, a do-it-yourself at-home vacuum chamber. Wouldn't you agree that if you don't properly prep for it and you don't make good calculations on your chamber, that you could pose dangers to yourself?
Well, it'll be an implosion and not an explosion. So unless you're in the chamber, I wouldn't
Good one, bro.
worry about it.
Oh, man.
And this is another example of scientific illiteracy. Thank you.
No, at worst, let's say the thing's going to collapse. That doesn't mean you're in any sort of danger, does it?
Right.
Oh, you don't think so?
What danger are you in? Using a glass?
It's going to collapse in on itself.
Going to use a glass chamber. Well, you've got yourself in a whole world of trouble. I told you, going against the flat earth is a very dangerous occupation. Okay, because we have the facts, the figures, the numbers. Now, we know mass does not attract mass. Cavendish, we know the cause. Now, you've put yourself in a position...
How do you know the cause, Chemo? What experiment can you give us or show us that shows that mass doesn't attract mass?
We have a paper to show that it does, but no observation.
Here, I'm just going to use your standard. Can you show us mass not attracting mass within
I've only got
Cavendish?
a paper. I've only got a paper.
So why do you require a particular standard of evidence, but you present a totally different standard of evidence?
No, I'm saying we could both say we've got a paper, but how are we going to? We're going to need an experiment, aren't we?
I'm just pointing out your hypocrisy. That's all.
I'm pointing out that
I'm
you
done.
need an experiment. You can't just say, "Here's the paper," and I say it doesn't, or I say it does. That's nothing. You need the experiment, show that it does or it doesn't. And obviously we know that the cause has been removed. No movement. None at all.
Here, Brian. Here's essentially a do-it-yourself kind of vacuum chamber. It's not even all that big. It's not even all that big, but you can see when it implodes, it's still going to have a reaction outwards.
Yeah, I watched that. He did it with a glass one.
Right. So even if it is imploding, you're going to have a reaction on the outside that poses the danger, of course.
Again, I mean, look.
What idiot would hit a glass vacuum chamber when it's fucking vacuum?
This particular demonstration is just showing if you don't do your calculations correctly and your chamber sucks for the pump that you're using and the material that you're using, you can have an implosion and you're gonna have a reaction outside that causes or poses a danger. That's all.
So, Bayer, I mean, look, even Data was a little bit worried and scared because I was telling him you were doing it right now, not years ago. This is happening now, and he was like, "Oh."
He wasn't scared.
Well, I think a little bit nervous
because you don't listen to people, and I do. He did say mass doesn't attract mass, and he was trying to provide evidences in which experiments were flawed. That's what he was trying to do. So if you don't listen to people, you're going to have the wrong impression. Of course.
First, he said it's been done in a vacuum. Okay. Then he realised it had never been done. Then he realised it'd never been done. He couldn't provide it. I can't. No one can. Then he realised you were doing it now, like as we're in the midst of doing it. And then
he was bringing up experiments and then was going to show how they were flawed. Because if you heard him, he said mass does not attract mass. He was trying to explain it to you, Chemo, but you're so hyped up on T that you couldn't let him get a word in edgewise.
So if you return with the results,
so you're still not listening. So I'm done.
But I'm just saying, if you return with the results, and we have this force, his book is going to be a problem. What I'm trying to say, because now we have gravity, have the cause for the water sticking to the floor, the tides, and that's what we're talking about. So he needs to understand that it hasn't been done. Hasn't been shown. And once that's shown, I want to know where's he going to go from there. Is he going to make up magic for this is Bio, you have no idea how powerful this experiment will be if it's done. Okay? But the fact is
you have no idea how much of a waste of time it is within the scientific community. It might be great for you, it might be great for this context within here, but when it comes to reality and science itself, it's such a fucking waste of time. That's what you don't realize.
Because you'll be able to publish your paper and say, no.
I won't be able to publish jack shit because it's going to be confirming what we already know, and I've told you that so many times.
You're going to be able to publish a paper that says no movement, and then that's up to you where you go from there.
Timo, what are we talking about?
So, we're supposed to be living on a globe with gravity, holding the atmosphere, the water, to the Earth. Now they say it's some gravitational force, but we've never tested for it, Brian. Never been a test.
Even chemo.
Is this the same gravitational force that's supposed to keep all the planets perfectly aligned?
Yes, that exact one. Yes, that one. Yeah.
Well, that itself debunks itself, doesn't it? Because if you have one body pass between another body, it should all go to tits.
Not if you have gravity.
No, gravity wouldn't cause it to go haywire, because if the moon passes between the Earth and the Sun, which gravity is the greater?
Brian, I think your extensive knowledge and expertise about orbital mechanics are quite riveting to listen to, but you're 100% wrong.
They do not work, because the Sun's gravity that's supposed to hold the Earth in place around the Sun does not affect the moon when it comes between the two bodies.
And you know this how?
It is complete and utter nonsense. You've been brainwashed.
How do you come to that conclusion, Brian?
Well, why would it not affect the moon then?
No, but how do you come to the conclusion?
If it is a greater gravitational force from the Sun holding the Earth, why would it not affect the moon?
What do you know about gravity and orbital mechanics to say
there's nothing to know about gravity, because there is no such thing.
There you go.
Well, Brian, you say that now, but when we get
nonsense. When they try to model
this experiment, Brian,
they have tried.
There you go, Brian.
Chemo, they've tried to model this in a computer simulator, and it is impossible. It all goes tits up.
Brian, I don't think you quite understand.
If you dial in gravitational forces from the planet, then everything goes to tits. There's not 2 days the same, not 2 minutes the same.
I hear that. But right now,
it's complete nonsense. It debunks itself.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is right now, they don't have gravity because it's never been experimented on correctly, ever.
Well, 1 second, Brian, you're wrong about that. I simulate the solar system on a regular basis.
You don't. You do not have gravitational forces put in there.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
But you've just
why doesn't the sun's gravity affect the moon?
It's an STK AGI. I use HPOP, which is the High Precision Orbit Propagator.
So you've made the cunt up.
I can propagate the solar. No, it's actually it's commercial software.
You have made the fucking thing up. It is complete.
I can do both. I've actually coded it myself, but I use commercial software currently.
You have made the shit up.
No, it's all based on dynamics.
There is a greater gravitational force from the sun. Why does it not affect our moon?
No, you're wrong.
If our gravitational force is holding our moon where it is.
You're wrong. Gravity is a function of the mass of the body and the distance from which it is acting.
Right. The moon would be closer to the fucking sun if it comes between the Earth and
Brian,
the sun.
You are correct.
Never gets perturbed off
Brian,
its fucking course.
The sun does.
So, Brian, when people say you're wrong, what do you reckon they mean, mate?
Brian, actually, sorry, I meant to actually say he's correct in one sense. The sun does affect the moon's orbit.
And why is it still here? Why hasn't it fucked off to the sun?
Because it's a very small effect, Brian.
Well, then small effects over thousands of years, surely.
Millions, Brian. Come on, millions.
Millions, then. Surely they should add up. And the closer it gets to the sun, surely, the greater the fucking attraction
Can you quantify that for me?
It's fucking nonsense.
Brian, I agree.
Fucking nonsense.
Brian, once again, you're right. But can you quantify this for me?
Mathematically.
It's fucking bollocks.
Well, Brian,
I agree that it has an effect, but can you quantify it?
Fucking deception to keep us on this fucking ludicrous fucking spinning ball.
All right, Brian, I'm willing to work with you, but you're not bringing anything to the table by not quantifying what your statement is.
You're getting overly emotional, Brian, for no reason.
What is called?
It's just the way you don't understand it. You're right.
Very common.
You're right that. You're right in what you're saying is complete nonsense. Okay, so there's no need to get all emotional about it.
What do you mean there's no need?
Yeah, there
My grandchildren are being taught this fucking shit.
Been lied to. Have you forgotten what? Not a song and dance.
It's all good, mate. It's all good. If you don't know how it works, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't fucking work.
Well, it may work once we have this experiment from BioJewel, who's going to conduct mass attractive... Brian, no one's ever seen this before. You're not getting this. Nobody, ever, anywhere, has ever seen mass attracting mass until BioJewel
goes 5 steps forward, and Chemo has to bring us 10 steps back every time.
Because with gravity, everything works. What Rocket is saying is right. What Bio is saying is right. You know, what the
how reality interacts with itself. Yeah, everything that we experience in reality would be correct. That's crazy.
Brian, you believe in science, yeah? You trust science, no?
Of course I do.
Right.
You know, as long as it's done properly. All they've ever done, and Blue's done a great job, don't get me wrong, that bit of kit that he's built is a marvel itself. But he will not change the lead to a different matter. Like a cabbage. See if a cabbage attracts another cabbage.
He's going to do all of that. And I'm telling you, Brian,
make it out of fucking concrete. Because at the minute, all he's proved to me is, if he has proved anything, is lead attracts fucking lead.
No, he's going to do other objects, other materials.
No, he's not. I had him about it, and he said he wants me to make fucking concrete
Brian,
balls.
you're getting worked up because your grandchildren are getting taught this, but what do your grandchildren's parents say about it?
I don't give a fuck about them.
Oh, really?
And you should have the same fucking concerns that your offspring are going to be fucking lied to and kept in this deceit, this deception.
Right.
They've got brains of their own to work it out themselves.
Brian, do you think there's any chance? Do you think there's any chance that you're wrong, Brian?
Absolutely no chance whatsoever. Water cannot fucking bend.
Unless we have gravity, Brian. Unless we have gravity.
No, you can't. Even with fucking gravity, water finds its own level. Any sort of a slope, curve, water runs off.
You don't know that, Brian, because you haven't seen all of the water.
It is bollocks. And you all fucking know it.
All of the water, have you?
Well, as it stands, we don't have gravity, Brian. We don't have the experiment. We're waiting for BioJewel to conduct some science. You said 2 cabbages. If 2 cabbages attract, Brian, what are you going to say?
I'm going to say they fucking fancy each other.
Well, there you go. There's an attraction. You can't escape science, right? That's what we're talking about, Bio. You see how powerful this experiment is and needs to get done.
No, people get really emotional when they're retarded and they spout out retarded shit and they're challenged.
Get it done, Bio. You'll have the flat.
You're not my dad.
Scratching their heads.
It would get done a lot faster.
Your 2 cabbages attract to one another, and you'll be like, "Well, that's the mass, obviously." Duh. And we'll be like,
it would get done a lot faster if you funded it, Chemo. I'll put it that way.
Well, like I said, it's your claim. Not our claim. You claim.
You are making a claim, though.
You claim mass attracts mass. We've never seen it before, ever, never, ever. Yeah. I was the first person to recognize it's never been seen. You're going to be the first person to complete this experiment, and together we're going to show the world that mass does attract mass. Right, Bio?
Oh, I'm not doing anything with you, so I don't know why that together thing is. You've said we a few times as well. I'm not doing shit with you.
Instead. You know, blue marble.
Yeah, a little collaboration with Blue as well.
Yeah, because he's jealous. See, he said, "Why didn't I do it in a vacuum in the first place?" See, now you're going to take all the.
No one cares about the emotional part. No one cares about that.
Yeah, you're going to take all the shine. Oh, Brian's talking. Go on, Brian.
There's no shine.
No, I'm not. Sorry, mate.
Confirming what we already know. That's all it is.
Well, Blue was saying that he should have done it in a vacuum in the first place. Now you're going to do it. He doesn't want you to do it because he wants to do it. He's the man who likes to do it.
I doubt any of that. And the fact that you would put words in his mouth in that context is fucking despicable, and you know it.
Got it recorded.
You know.
Got it recorded. We uploaded soon.
Present it. Present Blue saying he doesn't want me to do it.
I got a strike. I can't upload. Evan was talking medical misinformation.
You know that's really bad to do, putting words in Blue's mouth. You know that.
No, but that's what happened. I got a recording. Like I said, I'll upload it soon, but I can't remember because I got a 1 week strike because Lemon talking about
Jesuits.
No. Even medical misinformation. I just said medical misinformation. So he was trying to say, let's not even go there because I'll probably up. So anyway, look, the idea is, Brian, if two cabbages attract, you have a problem. Huge problems. They get two masses to attract, their calculations work just like that. I mean,
Brian doesn't even accept that though. Kimo, do you see the problem with that?
He will.
Brian wouldn't even accept
Once
that.
we go through it scientifically, all the flat earthers will, because they're just panicking. Let me just tell you, everyone's panicking. Saying that, the ISS doesn't work, like I would say that I panic, mass on the track, but they haven't looked at the science. Okay? Now you need to conduct the science first to show that all the variables have been accounted for, and then obviously we can go forward from there. But right now, Brian's on a winner. Saying your whole entire system.
You asked Brian if cabbages were used, and then it showed some type of an attraction to each other. He just said that they just fancy each other. He would still deny gravity. Do you not see that as a problem?
We want that, Bio. We want people to make up nonsense, okay? Because that's not science. If someone just makes up, fairies did it, we'll show that fairies did it. This is what we want. Even Jeremy was doing it, making up a thing. Brian's just done it. Watch what happens, Bio. Everyone will make up a thing. Oh, it could be this, it could be that, it could be this. And we both know that we've accounted for all the variables.
Don't say we. Avoid we.
Well, anyway, we know that we've accounted for all the variables. Yes.
Don't say we.
I'm just saying that we're going to see everyone from Brian to Jeremy to Percent, Witsit to Nathan to QE. All of them will make up. Wow, it could be a flying monster, and we're going to be like, a flying monster? Well, then prove a flying monster caused that. Show me your flying monster.
You're an idiot, Chemo. You're an absolute idiot.
Chemo, perfect. So you claim that it was air pressure. Can you prove that it was air pressure, please?
Yes, in a vacuum it doesn't move.
Go for it. No. You said it was air pressure. This is how it all began. You said it was air pressure. Can you prove that it was air pressure?
It says air.
Right. So what you just said is, if someone said that it was a flying monster, your reply would be, "Show me the flying monster." So
in that
same line of logic, you said that it's air pressure just merely existing.
Not the same logic, because air, I can show you air.
Come on now.
Not the same logic, Bio. Air is a real thing.
No, the logic here.
Show us air.
The logic here, Chemo, is that you said if someone makes up a thing that could cause it, like a flying monster, your reply would be, "Show me the flying monster." So now, when you say air pressure merely existing around this apparatus,
I said air.
Around this, air existing around this apparatus, I'm going to reply in the same way. Can you show me that the air around it caused it?
Yes. Once you put it in a vacuum with no air...
I'm so excited for you to show us right now.
Once you put it in a vacuum with no air, you have no effect. Aha. Bingo.
No.
That's what we're talking about, BioJewel. Now you get
I'm
it.
waiting for you to show me your flying monster, that's all.
You see? You're being silly. You understand this now. Air is the cause of the movement. You remove the air, then there's no movement. Now what?
No, we're not making predictions. I'm asking you for your flying monster.
G'day, Mippet. Good morning. Or good afternoon. Or good night. Wherever you are. So, Brian. Not Brian.
Answer the question, Chemo.
He's not. He's going to obfuscate and change the subject. It's fine.
No, air. He knows air exists. If you're going to be silly, you're not being scientific. Not being silly. We know green monsters do not exist. We know air exists. We know if you put it in a vacuum, remove the air. Everybody. I mean, you're just being silly now.
Chemo.
Hello.
There are experiments that are enclosed in glass.
Good evening. Good afternoon. Wherever you may be.
Chemo, there are one. Yeah, that's just really weird because they're not large setups. They can sit on top of a desk. So, where's the air involved in it, though?
In the vacuum.
No, in a glass enclosed apparatus.
So you have trapped air inside, yeah?
Yes.
How is that
you have a
making
uniform.
things
You have a uniform pressure inside of a container. Yes.
What is it? Is there a gradient inside that container?
Vertical.
No.
Yes.
No. Yes. No. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It's
no.
a vertical
Mipit says no.
Very,
You say yes.
very small vertical gradient. Go on.
Is it Mipit? No. You said no. Mipit. You gonna change your mind? What's the deal, Mipit? Yes. No.
Okay, it's infinitesimally small.
Oh, so
Yeah,
now
that's
it's
correct
yes.
too.
Yeah.
But yes, it'll be a vertical.
Is there a temperature
gradient.
difference in there?
There's no medium yet. We've got a gradient. How does that work?
Well, Mipit's just messed them up. Want to answer that again, Mipit?
No, not at all.
Yeah, you're really
It's not my fault. You're an
addressing that.
idiot.
Is it
How
yes
do you
or
have
no,
a
Mipit?
gradient
What's the
with
answer?
No, nothing in there.
It's a measurement of magnitude. That's all. You could treat it as if there's no gradient, but there literally is one. It's just very, very small.
Right.
But it's
so, anyway,
in the vertical direction.
Bearded dragon. Look, in the container. In what?
No, you know what my name is, but it's really
I don't
want
to say the
Go ahead.
The evil.
Say my name.
All right, the evil, bearded yes. The evil. So in the container, yes. There's obviously trapped air.
Wimp.
Sorry, Jem.
You're
calling
assuming
you a
that, but okay.
Because you can't say devil.
Well, we've got to be careful what we say because you can open portals. You've got to be careful what you
All
do.
right.
The real.
Sorry, don't want to open a portal.
Wait, why are we talking about Cavendish when we can open portals and shit?
Hey, good morning,
I know, right?
Kosher. Kosher was here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be.
Good morning.
Where are you on the Two Suns, Chemo?
Look, remember, I was one of the first people to break this many years back now. This is nothing new for me. And that astrophysicist guy, that astronomer guy, I already brought him here. Brought to your attention that guy. Long time ago.
Wait a minute. You got two sons, Spurs. How old are they?
No, we've all got two sons, Watts. We've all got two sons. Yeah, you've also got.
So you're pro Two Suns.
Well, again, for me, it's not either or there. I'm not going to invest any energy in it whatsoever. If there is, there is.
Yeah, so you don't have to answer any questions,
well, it
do
has
you?
no meaning to me. I mean, again, like I say, it's old news. Very old news.
Yeah, because you're too stupid to understand it.
Very
okay.
old news. And as we understand it, there was a planet that's very similar to the sun. This is old news. Come on. Come on.
There's no spin. There
are no planets on the flat Earth.
No, it's a star, some kind of star. Like we call it wormwood in the Bible. So that's safe. Again, it's too deep for you guys. Let's not even get into it. So yeah, just it's not that big of a deal. It's all biblical, scriptural, and yeah.
Yeah, something that you've never read through, I'm sure.
So. Anyway, let's get back to the science. Now, Brian, two
Not
cabbages.
going to answer that, are you,
I love
Chemo?
that because you couldn't even think of a reason as to what causes the two cabbages affecting, right?
Hold on, Chemo, you still haven't exactly given any reason.
Are these cabbages in a vacuum?
Yes, all in a vacuum. Yes, with no air pushing on it.
Chemo, can you answer Bearded's question?
Oh, yes.
That was...
yeah, I'm trying to explain to you.
Just curious.
We debunk this complete nutter notion that we have spin by there not being any centrifugal force on the Earth that affects plumb bobs. So if you've got a planet that is rotating at 1 revolution per day, 24 hours to do 24,000 miles, it must have a surface speed of over 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. That, we're told, distortion distorts the planet to an ellipsoid. That force distorts the planet to an ellipsoid. And on the equator, it humps water up 23 kilometers. Now, that is quite a lot of force to be able to distort a planet and hump water up. Yet if we hang a plumb bob...
What are you talking about, humping water up?
They are not biased.
You're an idiot.
Is there a bulge of water at the equator?
No, there's no bulge of anything anywhere.
Well, you haven't done your fucking homework.
Perfect.
Oh,
Kimo,
haven't I?
Kimo, can you answer the question about the container?
You want me to Google it for you?
No, Chemo's got to answer this question from Bearded Devil.
Yeah, that was the question. The container issue. I just didn't see Bearded here, so that's why it's specified.
No, I had to drop because the sound went out. Yeah, you're Kimo, you've given an objection, but you haven't exactly specified how that objection would apply in this to the experiment.
Well, we've got a gradient in that container, supposedly, and then we're going to have temperature gradient. We're going to have all of this draft moving around, all this energy moving around. We're going to have walls of
Kimo, room temperature.
I'm not finished. So in a container, you have pressure off the walls. Now, obviously, the gases or whatever's in that container will hit off one wall and hit the other wall, passing the Cavendish on the way, affecting its movement.
God, you're stupid.
Now, if we eliminate...
Kimo, stop for a second. So you're telling me that if I just put a lid on a jar, not even tightening it, just put it on there, that it's going to create...
You're trapping the air. Trapped air means pressure. Trapped.
No,
to get out. Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Not like water, where you can pour water to the top of the container and then put a lid on it, right? Whatever lid you put on, you're going to trap air.
The point is, when you set up this torsion balance inside of that container, what you're positing here, that the torsion balance should never come to equilibrium because there's so much activity going on inside of that container that balance won't come to a stop and rest or rotate or move at all.
The cause of the movement is air.
No, what I'm saying is you have to go step by step. You have the torsion balance, and you set it up, and you allow it to get to equilibrium. If what is happening is from what you claim, if that's happening, it will never come to rest. Wouldn't you agree?
No, because we're only looking at cause and effect.
Right. I'm not even talking about gravity. I'm talking about your proposed activity that's happening inside the container.
In all the ins and outs. All I'm looking at is the observed phenomenon, which is mass. So whatever you do,
but we have to go step by step, Kimo, because if you don't understand the premises, you're going to get a wrong conclusion.
Well, again, all I'm looking at is the observation.
Right, and the part of the observation is allowing it to come to equilibrium before introducing anything, magnet, mass, or anything. So what I'm saying is, what you're saying is, inside this container, there's a pressure gradient, there's a temperature gradient, and there's activity causing movement of the torsion balance. So wouldn't that mean that the torsion balance could never come to equilibrium because of all that activity?
No, there were no meanings in any of this until you conduct your experiment.
See, I appreciate your obfuscation because, one, you're either scientifically illiterate, or two, you 100% know that you're wrong and you can't come forward with it.
Maybe,
Thank you.
But again, there's only one way to find out. That is to show the cause, show the effect, and then we have science. All the little ins and outs, we're not interested in any of that. We're not going to look for your problems. It's your claim. Claim it happens. Let's have a look at it, and then we can figure out what the cause was. Know the variables, like magnets, electricity, air, well then, what else can we say? It's the mass attracting the mass. Very simple stuff.
So this experiment that's being done, is that being done in a vacuum, Kimo?
Yes, of course. It has to be done in a vacuum. Otherwise, it's we know the cause. Like Blue Marble. Blue Marble did it outside of a vacuum and it moved. We expect it to move outside of
Are you going to be writing a paper on it and tell us exactly your observations and exactly what's happening and get that peer reviewed? Is that what you're going to do?
Who, me?
Well, you're the one talking about it.
Yeah, but I'm not the one claiming that happened.
But Kimo, in science, you can perform experiments that debunk things. It would be you would get more attention.
Fucking hell.
I don't want
you would get more attention and scientific legitimacy if you proved mass doesn't attract mass than it is for me to perform this experiment.
Jesus.
I don't want the attention. I want the attention on flat Earth. And,
yeah, you obviously want attention.
No, I don't. It's about revealing the truth about the shape of the Earth. And if I'm not talking about it, nobody is. See? Or
Well, exactly.
Taking on you guys.
You have a god complex. It's pretty funny.
Taking on you guys at length, at great detail. Not many people are willing to do it. Now,
Detail.
Now, you know, as long as we can get
How can you say that when you've never answered a question in here?
Don't make claims, Mippet. We're very wise to the fact that if you make a claim and you can't back it up, you're seen in a particular light.
So the Earth is flat cause reasons. Is that right?
We see flat. We observe that. The horizon never ever curves. Ever. That we can see.
Sorry, I keep forgetting you live in fantasy
I haven't
land.
been high enough though, Mippet. Maybe if I went high enough with Bio's experiment, we would see curvature.
Hold on, Chemo. You just claimed that air is what's moving the balls in the Cavendish experiment.
Remove the air, put it in a vacuum.
No. Your claim is that that the air is the cause of the effect.
No, I'm saying that if you show me mass attracting mass outside of
Hold
vacuum...
on, no. I don't need the obfuscation. We're talking about your claim, so let's stay on point.
Not my claim, it's your claim.
No, I'm sorry. You're the one who made the claim that the air is what's causing the Cavendish.
So do the people who have done it in the vacuum. They account for the air in the paper.
I don't care about a paper. We're talking about your claim.
It's like you don't, Chemo.
Hear that, Bio? We don't care about papers.
No, he's interested in your claim. He wants you to expand and prove what you're claiming. So he doesn't care about a particular paper. He wants to understand your point of view.
That it's been done in the vacuum already. They've got the paper, but not the observation. And they account for the air. That's what the scientists do. They account for the air because that could be a possible cause.
I don't believe that was the reasoning behind why they did it, but okay.
Have you read the paper?
No.
Read the paper and realize why they did it in a vacuum.
They did it in a vacuum to be more precise in their gravitational constant calculation. That's all.
And with the air
it
swirling around...
It about cause and effect. It just made the experiment more precise.
Yes, but it's never been shown. Ever.
Wouldn't that just remove friction?
Right, yeah. It'll... In theory, it would move a little bit more because it's less matter around it to fight against while it's turning. So it'll move a little bit more. So again, it just making a more precise constant rather than what we already know.
Yeah, it was because there's a lot less force that it's actually detecting rather than doing it on a bigger scale. So they had to alleviate like every thing that could possibly interfere.
Bearded Dragon, we are on to an absolute winner here. Because if Bio performs this, Flat Earth is pretty much...
Well, yeah, except there's still a problem, Chemo.
Why?
Well, here's the thing. If all it is just to remove friction, basically to remove particles that would get in the way of the little balls, right? That's it. That's all it's doing.
The question is, why doesn't it move in a vacuum?
You're positing that it doesn't move at all.
No, it doesn't move in a vacuum. Have you ever seen it move in a vacuum?
Yeah, that's your claim, Chemo. Can you provide evidence for this?
What is wrong with you people? We've got the paper that says it's been done. Yes?
Okay, can you show the paper that shows it doesn't move in a vacuum? Can you provide that paper?
It says it
I care about that
does
paper.
move. It says it does
People
move.
have seen it move, Spurs. There's more proof that it has moved than it hasn't.
So in the paper, it says it moves.
Right, but what you're saying is that it doesn't move in a vacuum. Can you provide
I'm saying we've never seen it
evidence
move in
for
a
that
vacuum.
claim? Can you provide any evidence for that claim?
Oh my gosh. You have never seen it move in a vacuum.
I'll accept a scientific paper for your claim. I'll accept it.
Again, the paper says it does move.
Right, so why do the words come out of your mouth that in a vacuum it doesn't? Why would you
seen it move in a vacuum? That's part of the deception. That's part of the lie. That it
I've never
move.
seen my heart, but I would bet my life that I have a heart, given
not a contention.
Other reasons. But what I'm saying is all the evidence shows that it does move in a vacuum, but yet you still use the words that it doesn't.
You're saying
so I'm asking for your reason why.
The only evidence you have are hundreds of papers to say it moves.
And multiple videos that don't meet your standard of evidence.
Hold on, you said multiple videos of carrying this in a vacuum. Gives a look.
Multiple videos that don't meet your standard of evidence.
Have a look at one of those videos that show mass attracting mass in a vacuum.
Again, it doesn't meet your standard of evidence. I don't want to post the same video a 5th time for you to move a goalpost.
Hold on. So you're saying you've got a video of mass attracting mass in a vacuum already?
You can obfuscate all you want. I'm still waiting for your evidence that shows in a vacuum it doesn't attract. Still waiting for that.
Yeah, he clearly doesn't.
You either got the video or you haven't got the video.
Oh no, I have a few videos, but your standard of evidence is unreasonable.
I don't get what you're saying. You got a video of mass attract. We can see the mass attracting the mass. Is that what you're saying in the video? Aha! Silence.
No, if you don't provide evidence for what I'm asking for, why should I bend over for you and provide anything?
Anyway, globe virus.
As soon as you show me a paper or a video or a scientific reasoning in which in a vacuum it doesn't move, then I'll provide you a video. How about that?
Yeah, panicking. Panic all you like, Bio. Time is ticking, sunshine. Okay? Now, you and I both know you're never going to do this experiment, which I told you in December, do not bother. But you with your big ego, oh, I can do it. You silly flat earthers, I'm going to go to a college university. I'm going to buy all this. I'm going to do blah, blah, blah. Right? All the big talk that you had back then, now you realise I've put myself in a real difficult position. The pressure is on. The heat is on. How are you going to survive this,
You're an idiot,
Bio?
Kimo. Serious.
How are you going to survive this, Bio? Look for a way out.
Yeah, he's got.
Well, I'll give you
he's
the way
off
out.
on a monologue.
Don't bother doing it.
Very
it doesn't
boring.
work. You've never seen it.
He's got this obvious God complex and he can't stop talking.
Well, I'm saying to you, I'll give you the advice I gave you back
he really
then.
can't.
Don't bother doing it. It cannot be done. It doesn't work.
Doesn't bother answering questions either, which
We
becomes
were
a bit
right. The
annoying.
flat earthers were right in the first place.
Especially when the questions are very simple and straightforward.
Look, he's spiraling now because he can't understand why it's never been shown.
I mean, yes/no questions are difficult for him.
Not about me, Mippet. You made the claim that mass attracts mass in a vacuum.
And you made the claim that it doesn't happen in a vacuum, so we're still waiting on anything to support that. Anything.
Yes, of course.
Write it in Microsoft Paint, and then you'll have something that supports it.
So look, just admit and concede that Kimo, Brian, all of us in here that defend the flat Earth were right about mass attracting mass. So you cannot demonstrate it. You can only write about it and talk about it. Agree with that right now.
You're an idiot.
Agree with
It's the only thing that everyone could agree on.
Agree that you have no science of mass attracting mass.
Yes, we have plenty of science, but your ignorant version has a standard of evidence that you don't adhere to. You pick and choose. So
you have what the religious people have.
You have no science background, so what the hell are you talking about?
You have the same level as religious people.
Kimo, you have no science background, so what the hell are you talking about?
Hey, Splurge, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, how are you?
Repeating yourself?
Buzz off, Kimo.
How's your day going?
Better than yours.
You're an idiot, Kimo.
Mippet, we already said hello. So, Splurge, what we're looking for is mass.
Oh my God.
Attracting
no, we're
mass.
looking for somebody with a brain and science.
Oh, they've just come to
blabbing.
cheerlead you, Bio. Okay, carry on. Let's get back to it, Bio. So
yeah,
look.
Kimo, be the center of attention, please.
Here, Kimo, watch this. I don't desire any attention. I know that you do. So what I'm going to do is set an example for you. Ready?
Thank you very much. And that's how we do it. Now, Brian, remember, my method is very unorthodox. Okay. Now, obviously, I know, Brian, mass does not attract mass. And Jeremy, if you're listening. Okay.
Garbage.
So what we've got to do, guys, we've got to show the ball earthers that their own science.
Yeah, you've got to show exactly.
Okay, unless we show these guys that their own stuff doesn't work.
No.
They've never tried it. They've never tested it. Unless they see themselves, Brian, they're not going to believe what we say. So unless I tell BioJewel, perform your own experiment and show that mass attracts mass, he's going to be like, yeah, it's been done. Of course, I can repeat it. Then Brian, this was in December. Brian, we are now in April.
How long is this rant going to go on for?
No, what's after April?
Because you're just dominating the mic and stopping everybody else talking.
Hang on. I haven't been in here for a couple of days. I need the attention on me.
G'day,
It's all about me.
G'day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you?
He's still there. He's not giving anyone any room to talk. He's just completely...
Hang on. But Druss, I want the attention on me now. I see my GIF is a showstopper, a heart stopper, and it shows Chemo actually smiling and not being disappointed in his efforts.
Where was my g'day, Davros?
Chemo's excited.
No g'day, no good morning, no good evening. What's going on?
He's been watching the Truman Show too much.
No pleasantries.
He's been working on his Aussie accent. It needs a bit more work, but you know.
It feels like I'm an Australian.
You don't get Chemo to talk Australian.
Hang on. If he wants it, g'day cunt. How you going?
G'day. Well, we're not going to say that, mate. All right. But Brian, listen, my method, very unorthodox, very powerful, very effective. Now, I know that a lot of the flat earthers are thinking, well, hold on a second. Chemo's thinking that mass attracts mass. Is he crazy? Is he losing the plot? But I know that we've never seen this before. This is what we're not getting here. No one has ever observed this, Brian. So once we get
stop lying, Chemo.
Once we get the ball earthers, Brian, to recognise this,
you've been shown
headache.
Hold on, he's talking to me.
You've been shown documents, shown that this experiment has been done, and you deny it. So
Brian,
that's
anyway,
a
the
you
point is
problem,
that
not
I
an us
know you
problem.
guys
So
are
you
thinking
know
I'm a
that
little
there is
bit
evidence out there for this, and you saying there is no evidence that it's never been done is a lie.
Chemo.
Right. Yeah.
Chemo.
Yes.
If Earth is rotating at what we are told, 1 revolution a day, 24,901 miles, over 1,000 miles an hour on the surface, and the centrifugal force it creates is so great it distorts the planet into an ellipsoid, and the waters at the equator are 23 kilometers higher than sea level. That effect should be shown when you hang a plumb bob, and we don't see any effect when we're hanging a plumb bob. So the fact, as we are told, that Earth spins has been completely and utterly debunked.
Wrong.
Hang on. One quick point on that, which is the water near the equator is at sea level. You understand that?
23 kilometers.
No,
bulge,
it's at sea level. The bulge
is the planet.
The bulge is at sea level.
The planet has bulged, but it hasn't. Is that what you're saying?
I know, and it's stupid. He gets told every day, and he doesn't listen every day, and then he repeats the same rubbish every day.
Has it distorted your planet into an ellipsoid?
Hang on, but this is the funny thing.
Has this rotation distorted your planet into an ellipsoid?
No, it's one of the factors, but not the only one, Brian. So well done.
I said, has it?
Appreciate multiple forces at work.
Has it distorted your ludicrous spinning ball into an ellipsoid?
No, because we don't live on a ludicrous spinning ball. We just live on a planet that rotates once every day.
Yes. And has it been distorted by the spin?
No, not just by the spin. It's been other things as well, Brian.
Has it been distorted by the spin?
No, it has not been distorted by the spin on its own.
Right, I am going to Google that fucker and prove you completely fucking wrong.
And what you'll find is it's
He's getting excited, isn't he?
You are talking completely shit. And it's people like you that are fucking...
God, he's upset, isn't he? Wow.
Yeah, because he's wrong. And he knows
I'm not fucking wrong. This is your rhetoric. But it backfires on yourself because it's complete and utter fucking bullshit.
Brian, it's not your concept of what's going on is what's wrong, man. It's just that it's not 20 miles higher than sea level. The comparison of that 20 miles
kilometers,
20 kilometers, whatever. The comparison is between the distance from its center point to that at the North Pole. So the North Pole and the South Pole are a little bit more squished in than the center part of the ball. If you were to take a ball,
And what causes that squishing? What causes the squishing?
You were right. What you said was correct from the centrifugal force.
Thank you.
No,
and that
actually-
force must be quite great, mustn't it, to squish a planet?
Earth's highest tides are caused by the gravitational pull when the sun and the moon both align.
So it must.
Actually, incorrect. Everything you both have said is incorrect.
No, that's what
See
they
what I
say,
mean?
motherfucker.
None of you fucking know.
But
Diddly
that was going to
fucking
correct
swat.
this, Brian. Let's see if Brian. Let's see if that was just got
So,
the juice.
Brian, quick question. Have you seen what happens to a drag tire when they spin the wheels really fast to warm them up?
They expand, don't they? That's part of their gear ratio.
Hang on. No, the tire itself. Don't worry about the gear ratio. The tire
but
itself.
that's why they change
he's
gear.
talking about the effective gearing of it. Brian, let me. I speak
Maybe
to you.
just make the point instead of asking questions.
So he's trying to correct you. Yes, you're right, Brian. A larger diameter because of the expansion does create an effective higher gear. Okay, good. Let's move on.
No, it's about what happens when they get to that high rev and you see them expand away from the rim. It's got nothing to do with gears. It's the amount of speed.
Devros, he's saying that. He's saying that does expand, but he's saying because of the larger diameter, it effectively gives the dragster a higher gear ratio.
No. The damn thing's standing still. It's not going anywhere, right?
No, when it starts to move, it allows it to have a higher gear ratio.